In spite of the relatively underwhelming season that the Atlanta Hawks are currently having, someone pretty special by the name of Jalen Johnson has came into his own tremendously this season. And while standing at 6'9" and a solid 220 pounds, he was a player who's really had high potential ever since high school, but kinda struggled to make his impact felt consistently at the college level. But despite some of the negative perceptions about him, he's had a steady focus on turning into the best version of himself he could possibly be. This is the Jalen Johnson story. Jalen Johnson was born on December 18, 2001 in Wausau, Wisconsin, to father Rod Johnson Sr. and mother Stacy Johnson. Now, his hooping skills honestly came from both of his parents, as his dad was a former Southeast Missouri men's basketball standout, as well as going on to play at the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee, where his mother also played at. And from the time Jalen was in middle school, he showed where he was a very athletic, versatile forward with nice size, while being a stellar passer and great in transition. But as he got to high school, things would continue to take off for him. He would spend his first 2 seasons attending Sun Prairie High School in Sun Prairie, Wisconsin. As a freshman, he averaged a very solid 15 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, and 1 block to help his team to a 20-4 overall record, but they were upset in the regional finals. As a sophomore, Johnson took his averages up to 18 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, and 2 blocks to help his team to a 25-2 overall record, but also led his crew as far as the tournament Division I semifinals appearance. Now, following his sophomore season, he made the transfer to Nicolet High School in Glendale, Wisconsin. Johnson helped lead Nicolet to the Division II state championship while playing alongside his little brother, Kobe Johnson, who currently plays at USC. Jalen would be named to the Associated Press Player of the Year for Wisconsin, but opted to transfer in 2019 to IMG Academy in Bradenton, Florida for his senior campaign. And his reason for transferring was to get himself more prepared for what the college level would be like. But on January 5th, 2020, he left IMG Academy and decided to return to Nicolet. And since Johnson never established eligibility at IMG Academy, his eligibility never left Nicolet. So when he came home and re-enrolled at Nicolet, his eligibility status was not in question. For the remainder of his senior season, he would average 25 points, 11 rebounds, and 5 assists in 9 games. At this point in time, he was ranked the 13th best player in his class of 2020 according to ESPN, which allowed him to become a McDonald's All-American. The 5-star recruit would make his ultimate decision to sign a letter of intent to play college basketball at Duke University over offers from Kentucky, Arizona, and Wisconsin. Now, the 2020-21 Duke Blue Devils entered the season in the top 10. And Johnson was his most highly rated player. In his first game, Johnson simply went off as he put up 19 points and 19 rebounds against Coppin State. On November 30th, 2020, Jalen earned ACC Freshman of the Week honors, but out of nowhere, on February 15, 2021, Johnson announced that he would forego the remainder of Duke's season to prepare for the 2021 NBA draft. He claimed that the decision was in the best interest of his family and his health. And although that sounded good, many speculated that it was about something else.
They've had issues. Duke's had issues with Jalen Johnson dating back to early in the season. I said it when he stepped away with the foot injury. There's more to it than the foot injury. There was some real thought that Jalen Johnson would opt out then. Came back. You know, he was good at times, but the biggest problem, and we heard this from Coach K, the biggest problem that they had with Jalen Johnson was he didn't play hard consistently. He showed it in flashes, but he didn't play hard consistently.
And so the fact that he left in the midst of the college season raised a lot of questions, especially concerns about how committed he truly would be to an NBA organization, as well as concerns around him not even playing a full season since his junior year of high school. Now, during his 13 games he suited up as the Blue Devil, Johnson averaged 11 points, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists a contest. Duke would go on to end their season with 13 wins and 11 losses, and finished 10th in the ACC with a 9-9 record. But still, he was projected a potential first-round NBA lottery pick. So following the season, he would enter his name in the 2021 NBA draft.
With the 20th pick in the 2021 NBA draft, the Atlanta Hawks select Jalen Johnson from Duke University.
Coming into year one, he only played in 22 games in his rookie season for the Hawks, while appearing in 12 games with the Hawks G League affiliate, the College Park Skyhawks. He was pretty effective, averaging 20 points, 12 rebounds, and 4 assists, while shooting 38% from 3, showing signs that he could possibly be a pretty dynamic fit in the Hawks offense. And since Atlanta was fighting for a playoff seed all season long, Jaylen really didn't get the benefit of getting much work in with the regular rotation late in the season, when rookies typically get more playing time and are more prepared to contribute compared to early in the season. In year 2, after forward Danilo Gallinari was traded, he would see the court more often and average 6 points per game on 49% shooting from the field in 14 minutes per game in 70 contests across the 2022-23 season. Johnson really improved into a much smoother offensive player, especially off the dribble. Johnson really used his athleticism to put pressure on the rim, and it was like when he got a full head of steam, he was unstoppable when finishing above the rim. It was clear that he had gotten a lot stronger in his ability to absorb contact. Now, in just his 3rd season, he has made significant improvement. In spite of the disappointing year that the Hawks have had as a whole, the Hawks are the 10th seed in the Eastern Conference, which is way below where many expected them to be at this point. Now, multiple reports say that the Hawks have virtually made everyone available at the trade deadline except 2 players, Trae Young and Jalen Johnson. Now, currently over Jalen's last 4 games, he has averaged 20 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, and a true shooting percentage of 62.5. And despite missing 14 games due to injury, he has already tallied on 10 double-doubles on the season, which is the 4th most amongst any 3rd-year player this season. Now, his exceptional improvement has made him one of the front-runners to becoming this year's most improved player. The breakout that Jalen Johnson is experiencing this season has been truly eye-opening, and his natural field, pure talent, to go along with his work ethic behind closed doors, has no doubt allowed him to be successful. And that's what makes his story even more inspiring.
I feel like I've gotten better since my rookie year, so just continue to keep building, continue to keep working, continue to keep getting better at the things that I'm not as good at. So, like I said, it's a marathon with this. Nothing's going to happen overnight. Just got to continue to keep working, and I want to continue to do that for as long as I'm in the league.
And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Jalen Johnson story.